I'm in southern Italy and I'm taking a journey along a very famous route. The Amalfi Coast is a 28-mile stretch of dramatic coastline that's home to some of the most beautiful towns and stunning panoramas in Europe. And it's not any old coastal road. It's a winding, narrow route with sweeping vistas around every bend. It offers an exhilarating journey that is an unforgettable experience. I've come here to live la dolce vita as I travel on this iconic route to Amalfi. I've flown 3 hours to the city of Naples, the starting point for my journey.
I adore driving. And ahead of me lies miles and miles of breathtaking, romantic and sometimes death-defying scenery. The Amalfi Coast Drive clings to mountainsides, it skirts over seas, it passes through dreamy Italian villages. I'm going to explore Old Italy in a bit of Old Italy. She's a classic. I hope she makes it.
I've hired an Alfa Romeo Spider for £380 a day. She's not cheap, but it's romantic. My journey starts in Naples, an overcrowded city full of noise and chaos. It is an old, dirty city, but it's strangely beautiful. I mean, the buildings are falling apart, covered in dust and grime, pollution. But there's a real vibrancy about the place. But it soon becomes clear to me this journey isn't going to be as easy as I thought. Neapolitans drive crazily with little regard for traffic laws, and it makes Naples a traumatic place to travel through. It's just a symphony of horns. Beep, 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 beep. The noise and overbearing character of the city is like the kind of atmosphere you'd expect from a bustling Moroccan market. Top tip for driving in Naples? Don't. Just get out of the city as quickly as possible. It is mad! I'm heading south to Positano, my stopping place for the night and the most westerly point on the Amalfi Coast. But there's somewhere I want to see on the way. The first stop on my drive is Mount Vesuvius, Italy's most famous volcano. And although I've got a long journey ahead, it really is worth stopping off for. The volcano dominates the Bay of Naples and has erupted 100 times, most recently in 1944. It's currently overdue another eruption. A visit to Vesuvius with a guide like Pompilio costs just £5.
I didn't expect to see any activity.
That this volcano is still active. It is an active volcano, very dangerous.
Yes, lying dormant, as we say.
Yes.
She is dormant, but she could blow at any moment.
Vesuvius famously erupted in AD 79, burying the people of Pompeii under 7 metres of boiling ash. The town was frozen in time, preserved until it was rediscovered 1,500 years later, and it now exists as an amazing record of life at that time. A visit to the site will cost you about £8.50.
So do you think when she blows again, she will cause the same devastation as she did before when the whole of Pompeii was buried beneath the volcanic ash?
You have to know that this area is very dangerous. There live about 800,000 people.
I know it's not likely to erupt now, this moment, but you do imagine in your head what you would do if it did start to happen. And I imagined trying to surf down the sulphur on something, I don't know, a stray piece of timber or a car door. In my dreams.
I leave Vesuvius behind me as I get back on the open road. I'm crossing over the Latari Mountains to reach the Amalfi Coast, and this drive certainly isn't for the timid. Sometimes there's barely enough room for 2 vehicles to pass, and the hairpin bends are a challenge, especially in this car. Positano is about an hour's drive away, and it's supposed to be very beautiful, so I can't wait to see it. I think we might just hit Positano as the sun is setting, which would be a glorious way to see it for the first time. Oh, the sun is just a pink, burning glow. It's such an enjoyable journey passing through all these pretty villages. It really is worth taking your time to explore this route. But it does mean by the time I reach Positano, it's dark. Time to sample some Italian hospitality.
I'm about to indulge in a delicious pizza, and the man in charge is called Luigi Pizzacane. Really, really, really.
Pizza originated in 18th century Naples, and Luigi's restaurant makes authentic Neapolitan pizzas. But never happy to sit and wait quietly, I managed to talk my way into the kitchen to see how it's done.
Luigi, hello. Ciao, nice to meet you. The way I make pizza normally, I get a box, I read the box, I see how long it says, 20 minutes, and then bung in the oven.
It's a little bit different.
Authentic dough stretching is done by hand, and spinning the dough makes the best pizzas, as Pasquale shows me. It's trickier than it looks.
A pizza Giulia.
No, this is a pizza Giulia we will put on the menu. Next time you come, you will find on the menu.
Okay, it's new on the menu. It's pizza Giulia.
I saw you did it.
Okay, you have to try. This is made with love. Here we go, I'll give you this nice bit here. Okay, taste that for me. Taste that, tell me that's not the best pizza.
Luigi!
Great. There we go. Okay, now I feel good.
Next morning, I finally get my first view of Positano.
Look at that. You see, some things are worth waiting for. And actually what's nice about it is it's not as ice creamy as you expect it to be. You know, the paint is a bit faded, the buildings are genuinely old. It's authentic. Now it's time for a good strong coffee.
Positano is a pretty fisherman's village that has become a chic holiday spot. It's a good place to unwind, especially if you've got cash to spend. There are good restaurants and upmarket hotels where rooms can cost from £75 to £600 a night. After a few hours enjoying a leisurely breakfast, it's time to sadly move on.
Goodbye, Positano. Goodbye.
I'm on the famous stretch of the Amalfi Coast, and the scenery is stunning.
You just look up and you see these shaggy cliffs looking down on you. You don't want to be in a rush when you do your journey along the Amalfi Coast. Take it nice and easy. This is absolutely beautiful. I mean, if you like driving, it is the perfect drive. You've got the scenery, you've got the road, the curves, the mountains.
I've stopped off to visit a popular tourist attraction, the Emerald Grotto, a cavern with, you've guessed it, emerald green water. For £3.80, a guide like Marco will row you through the grotto.
So the light is natural light, Marco?
Natural light, sunlight.
And can you swim out to the sea from
you
here?
need scuba diving to go outside.
Why, you can't just swim?
No, because it's far, too far away.
I mean, it's a beautiful grotto, and I'm sure if you were swimming and you suddenly discovered it, it would be miraculous. But it's not a day trip. And actually, I don't want to be awkward, but that's definitely more turquoise than emerald.
After a short drive, I finally arrived at my ultimate destination, Amalfi.
We made it!
Amalfi is a picturesque town with an unhurried pace of life that's the perfect antidote to the adrenaline rush of the drive. There are plenty of cafes, galleries and shops selling the area's famous limoncello liqueur to enjoy. But for me, it's the perfect place to just sit and watch the world go by.
What is it about Italy? I mean, parts of it are dirty, shabby, a little bit scruffy. But the Italians are so full of life, so vital, that all you have to do really for a good bit of scenery is look around.
I've definitely found my little bit of La Dolce Vita.
Would I do the Amalfi Coast drive again in a classic car? Would I limoncello? Get yourself a decent set of wheels, leave Naples as soon as you can, and get to this part of the coastline.